Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Soul, Light, and Body. It's such a beautiful day. And we're here once again, and I'm hoping that you give your gratitude this morning because it's so important for us to give gratitude each day. Grab your journal today, grab a pen, a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, green juice, whatever, and just sit back, relax, because we got a very interesting topic today. And this topic will help us to understand how sound healing works and how it is so beneficial for us. This morning, we have such a beautiful guest, Miss Ruth Ratliff, and she's here to demonstrate a little bit about sound healing and walk us through all the steps that we should take to help heal ourselves through sound healing therapy. What are you choosing today to let go of? We are coming down to the end of the year, and we may have things in our home that we are not using. Donate it. Find a charity and donate it. Someone else can make use of what you're not using. And also, what is it that you're holding on to within yourself that is holding you back? We are going into 2023, and we need to make clearance for new things to come in our lives. We are holding on to energies that is not serving us any good. So it's time for us to let those stagnant energies go and leave that opening for new energies to come into our lives. So I'm Karen Pascal. I'm a holistic health and wellness coach and a co-author of two ebooks with my sister Joan Williams. And I'll now hand you over to Miss Joan Williams. Joan?
Hi, thank you so much, Karen, and welcome to all of you who are viewing, and happy Friday. It's a great time of year. You step out to your door wherever you are, and look at the beauty. Look at the beauty. We came through spring, summer, and now we're moving into fall. We are in fall. The colors are so attractive. They're changing every day, and then they're stripping away. And as we will enter the new season, they will build back right up. New season. So in this season, what are you choosing to just strip that down, strip that away? What is holding you back? What has got you stuck? Because this isn't the time of year where we're preparing as we move through the season, our pumpkins and different things. We enjoy the season, but then let's look at ourselves as an individual. What are we doing? Who we are? Are we satisfied where we are? What are you choosing to change? You're looking at your goals and you said, you know what, maybe I had a lofty goal when coming into 2022. And I know that I cannot accomplish everything on my list, but there are a few, maybe one or two that you can choose to narrow down, zoom in, go all in, and you can accomplish that to conclude 2022. So you can move into 2023 strong, feeling good about yourself, moving in with grace. And you feel a sense of accomplishment as well. So today, we're just gonna leave those things with you, just to sit in that and marinate in that and think what is it you want to be, who you want to become, and how you can close out 2022 in a fantastic way. My name is Joan Williams, holistic health and wellness coach, and today we have such an amazing guest because we think that this is a perfect time that we have this guest here because we're going through so much life situations every single time. And what our guest Ruth Ratliff is going to do for us today is that she's going to help us to quiet our mind, bring us back into a space of serenity, tranquility, and so we could set that tone that we could move into 23 in that space. So, Ruth, welcome.
Thank you so much, Karen and Joan. Really, I'm so honored to be here with you this morning. And I just want to start out with a little sound. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that was very, very brief, but what did you feel?
A sense of calmness, peace, tranquility. It's just beautiful.
And it's compelling. It's not the usual sound that we are so used to, which our brain, you know, sort of puts in the background, grays it out. So it brings us up. And as one of my clients just said yesterday, uh, after her session, I said, "How are you feeling?" You know, I always ask them. She said, "I feel profoundly relaxed, but more alive."
Wow.
That
Wow.
sums it up, really, what sound therapy does for you. And yeah, Edgar Casey even said, if you're familiar with his work, he was a psychic in the 30s and 40s, and he's considered the father of holistic medicine. And he said that sound and music will be the medicine of the future.
I know we noticed that. Yeah. Wow. That is so amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. So we're just going to give you your introduction. And your name is Ruth Ratliff. And Ruth Ratliff. And you are VSTCP, voice and vibrational sound therapist, teacher, author, speaker. Ruth work centers on the belief that voice and vibration are instrument of healing, empowerment, and connection. Ruth's holistic approach combines science and spirituality to help her clients access conscious transformation and lead a healthy, fully expressed life. Ruth is a licensed certified vibrational sound therapist and holds certification in vocal sound healing, Sodan Reiki, and integrative energy therapy. Ruth has been a performer, voice coach, and workshop leader for many years. Ruth's book, The Voice of Women Wisdom, can be found on Amazon. Welcome, Ruth.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you. Very honored to be here with you today.
we are happy that you said yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you got so much of value to share, and it's need to be moving through the world because at this, especially this point in time, we need just something to hold on to that can help us to stay balanced and centered. And that is what you bring.
Yes.
So tell us how this all happened.
How did it all begin?
Yes.
Yeah, like everybody, you know, I have my own story, my journey, and
Mm-hmm.
I got into sound therapy. It was, you know, a decades long type of windy thing, but really, it started with music. It started with my voice, with singing. Um, I wound up actually becoming a voice teacher for 20 years and helping other people find their voices and to, you know, through music. And so that really it felt like a natural progression for me. What was very really stood out for me in my life was that I felt that my own voice, my relationship with music, my relationship with my sound, with becoming comfortable with my voice as expressing it through music, and helping me overcome a lot of insecurity issues about myself, was instrumental in becoming more confident in myself. And I really feel very strongly also that it helped me to overcome quite a few issues that I had from my family of origin. With, everybody's family is a little dysfunctional, some more than others, right? And my dad was a very high functioning alcoholic, so there was that. And then he died on Christmas Eve in a car accident. And then my mom got cancer when I was 29, and then died from that. And then my brother died 9 months after that, through suicide. He was manic depressive. So there's a lot of grief to process, as well as a lot of crap from the dysfunctional family environment. But I really feel very strongly that my relationship with music and always being involved in music in my life, always being in the plays, always being in choirs, and so forth, really helped me process a lot of that. And there is a lot of science coming out about that. So it was further brought to me as a teacher when I saw my students reflecting back to me all of the things that I went through, where they were gaining a lot more confidence, poise, centeredness. They would talk to me and say, I feel better about myself, right? And it wasn't just the music, and there's something very, very special about the voice and sound and your expression of your voice, especially through sustained sound, which is why we do a lot of mantra, and toning has been around for thousands of years. So my husband got me a bowl. I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, my first bowl. And I have grown my collection since, and then became, wanted to really move into this after I stopped teaching. So that now I'm doing this full time. That was
Wow.
a long story, sorry.
No, no, no. That's great. That's great, and it's nice that your husband present you that bowl. So it's all about teamwork. It's all about support, so
Oh,
that
yes,
you can
yes.
move through with your dream and bring your passion out to the world.
And he just came down the stairs, and he is my support. Jim, this is my husband, Jim.
Oh,
And he's
Hi.
my biggest fan and my support. This is Karen.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
we're doing
Wonderful.
great. We're doing great. Thank you for supporting that she
Oh,
could bring her gift to us.
He's my roadie. He
I'm the
brings
roadie.
all
That's right.
a lot of equipment.
Wow. Wow. It's just amazing to see that, it's wonderful.
Yes.
And you use sound as because it is somewhere I read in your work that it's very ancient. It's an ancient method, right?
Yeah. Oh, more ancient than we know. If you believe in, our beginnings before the history books say we really began, like Lemuria and
Mm-hmm.
Atlantis, and even before, we have been using sound for eons. Yeah, long time. And even more so, and they talk about the ancient Egyptians as well, that I think that something, I'm not an expert on this by any means, but just what I've heard is that supposedly the pyramids are big sound chambers, and as well as some kind of an antenna for communication with the
Mm-hmm.
stars. So there's so much we don't know about. There's
Right,
that we're
right.
just starting to uncover now, and it's very difficult working within this paradigm. I think that's what, in this 3D in body environment, is that we're overcoming the old paradigm of that we're just this. We're just this flesh and bone, this suit, and we are not. We're multi-dimensional beings.
Right,
Mhm.
And
right.
many people are starting to come to that. So that's one of the things that's opened up for me through utilizing the sound therapy. It's my own healing journey of realizing what I am, what I am becoming.
Right, right.
Mhm.
That is beautifully said because you're healing yourself as an individual and evolving every day. But simultaneously, you are also helping others. You're helping humanity to really find their way and to become who they are and enjoy their true self. Because what you do with the sound, it helps to relax us and it helps to reset the nervous system as
Yes.
an individual. So
Yes.
that's so beautiful.
Yes, just on the basis of what it does for us physically, it's just that alone. It decreases your heart rate, your blood pressure. It helps facilitates the release of endorphins and melatonin. It connects the two hemispheres of the brain. Just that. Oh my gosh. Uh,
Wow.
and scientists, neuroscientists, are finding out that the more that we can access that state, it's called a resting brain state, and that facilitates the relaxation response, and it also helps us get into a state of coherence, heart brain coherence, and that state produces a lot more calm, centeredness, equanimity, resiliency to life's ups and downs, more creativity, problem solving. The list goes on. It's very profound. If you do this, like, maybe you don't even have to do it every day. It's just, I think that you can, if you take sound therapy in one form or another, including your own voice, every once a week or so, you'll notice effects, profound effects. Yeah, and how you're dealing with everyday frustrations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've noticed that in myself because I do a lot of computer work because I'm always, marketing, as we all have to do,
Yes.
or, entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And yeah, it can be very frustrating. And I'm just noticing that I'm just more, okay, I'll just get up. I'll get up and I'll walk away, and just relax and just come back and do. But normally I'd be like pulling my hair out, you know.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Karen?
Yeah. Um, it's so beautiful to know that we have this liberty and this choice that we could use sound, this ancient practice to heal ourselves. And many times we don't even pay attention to it. We just go by every day and we're not even paying attention how valuable that sound therapy is for our lives. What can someone expect during a sound healing session?
It depends whether you're doing it virtually or in studio. I have a studio here in Hope, New Jersey. That's Northwest New Jersey. And if you come in studio in person, or you come to one of my in-person sound, they're called sound baths or sound immersions for groups, what you can expect is you will be lying prone. Most people like to lie down because it really helps them relax, whether you're on my massage table or on a mat, yoga mat, on the floor around me. And you will go into a very deep state of relax. It's a much lower brainwave state, like the alpha or the theta brainwave state. Gets kind of like into that state between sleep and wake. It's called the hypnagogic state. And in that state, you will experience generally almost like a lucid dreaming, where you kind of like are just coming out of sleep and you're still dreaming a little bit. It's kind of like that. And you may see colors. You might want to fall asleep. You may feel that you're floating. Some of the sounds are going to feel like they are affecting different parts of your body. And I feel like the body's intelligence will take in the frequencies that it needs and bring it to where there's healing needed. Because I hear that so much from my clients. Oh, when you played that one sound, it went right to my hip where I was having pain. And then it dissipated. The pain dissipated. So it's very interesting. I'll hear that all the time. So that's it. And then when you come off the table or when you're we're finished with the sound bath, you will feel lighter. People have told me they feel lighter, they feel more clear, more clarity, more focus, happy just for no reason. And they sleep well, they sleep better, affects them for days. Sometimes they get more emotional, it brings up emotion because the sound is actually releasing trauma that is held. They found that it's actually held in the nucleus of our cells. So that's why stress and trauma can cause illness, because it actually inhibits the function of our cells. And this sound can actually release that, be a trigger mechanism to release that. And if you do a virtual session with me, you can lie down in the comfort of your own home and you wear earbuds or headphones and you will have the same effects. It's wonderful that it actually works virtually as well. Almost I'd say as profoundly as it does in person.
Wow, that is truly amazing that someone who may be going through stress or some sort of pain in their body, once you make that sound, it could go straight to that cell or to that part of that body that is having that pain and help to remove that pain. That's absolutely amazing.
Yes, I'm amazed too. I'm amazed too. And most of the what they call the science surrounding this, there is a lot of more science than it used to be. You know, it's funny, we all, as human beings, we all have to qualify everything, put it in a box. If it's not explainable, then it doesn't exist, you know, that's okay. But I feel like sound therapy is like a transitional science that we really don't have the ability yet. We haven't, you know, ascended enough to understand exactly some of the mechanisms. But there's certainly a lot more coming out with the advent of of cymatics. You're familiar with that?
No, explain that to us.
It's the study of visible sound vibration,
Yes.
how sound effects matter. Have you seen the people put sound on a
Yes.
plate with sand and it makes beautiful
Sand or water. Yes.
water? Yes, yes, yes. So that's what sound is doing to you when you're, and not only good sound, therapeutic sound, but sound that is incongruent with who we are. Like, you know, EMFs, that's all vibration and frequency. EMFs, your refrigerator sound, your sound of your heater going on, the car going up the road. Those are all sounds that we put in the background, but are still affecting us on very deep levels. So these sounds can shift us. Sound actually has the capacity to reform and transform matter. And it's a vibration that moves through air, water, solids, and has the capacity literally to shift us, not only physically and biologically, but emotionally and spiritually as well.
Wow, that's really powerful.
Yeah, that's absolutely powerful that
Mhm.
the sound
Could shift us.
could really shift the whole
Mhm.
system.
You wouldn't think it, right? Because it's something we take it for granted.
Right, exactly.
It's just, oh yeah, sound, the hearing, right? Because there's so much in the background that we
Mhm.
grayed out, we, you know, blocked it out. And sometimes we'll hear loud sounds and everything, but when you make sound with intention, when you are, you know, like with these bowls, which are very unusual sounds that are specifically designed to bring you up, to bring attention to the sound, and you have intention with the sound, that's what creates the change and the shift. Spiritually, I'm speaking as well, and emotionally. And you can do this with your own voice. You don't need the beautiful bowls. Not everybody wants them or can afford them. And you can absolutely use your own voice to help you with that.
Mhm.
Wow, amazing. That
It
is
is amazing, yeah.
amazing. Really amazing. Is there anything one needs to do to prepare before and after a session?
Yes, I would initially what I like to have people do is I like to have them think about what they would like to set an intention, what they would like to accomplish for the session. Maybe not have a cup of coffee before you come.
Makes sense.
It defeats the purpose. But nothing else so much before, but after. Certainly wear comfortable clothing and so forth. But afterwards, I do tell people to kind of take it easy for about 3 days, 2 to 3 days. It takes about 48 hours for the sound to really percolate through their systems. And I tell people to drink a little bit more, maybe take an Epsom salt or sea salt bath, which is always good, and to be gentle with themselves, to be gentle, because it can bring up emotion. And I tell them to just allow the emotion to come, to allow it to process and not judge it, which is the hardest thing, right? We all want to feel good all the time, and that's not helpful. You have to allow yourself to experience those emotions, because emotion is energy in motion, and it will
Yes,
pass. Yeah, it needs to transmute.
absolutely. You are so right. You are so right.
Beautiful.
You're so right.
Beautifully said.
Can someone use some therapy for spiritual enlightenment?
Absolutely. That's the biggest, I mean, not only for health reasons, but yes, I hear from my own experience, I know that once I started doing the sound therapy, I started to become more intuitive. I already was fairly intuitive. I don't see spirit or speak to spirit or anything like that, but I think I'm clear. What is it? Clairsentient? Is that the where you feel, the clair where you feel more?
Yes.
Mhm.
I feel like I feel. But I started to see more things, little like interesting things. Yes, and also I've heard from my clients afterwards, especially the clients in the sound baths too. I will always ask them, to share, and many of them will say that they have actually seen family members will appear to them during the sound bath. And I said, that's because you're raising your resonant vibration. And all it is, people that pass away from us, that pass off the earth plane, they're still here, very much so. That's your soul essence, right? But they're just in a higher vibratory rate. So when you raise your vibration with sound therapy, you're getting closer so they can come visit you more easily. They don't have to lower their vibration so much. At least that's my theory. But so many people will tell me that they do. And they have visions. People will travel. They'll go astrally project out of their bodies. These are just all things that people have told me off the table. They will have out of body experiences. They will go to past lives even. Past life experiences that they feel are past life experiences. So it really is, you have control over how deep you want to go, or how vibrationally you want to go on the table. I always tell people you are in control ultimately. If that's scary for you, you don't have to, just let it be a relaxing experience then.
Right.
Some people want that, so they allow themselves. And so it's, yes, absolutely. Especially I feel too, Karen, with the voice.
Mhm.
I feel that your own voice, because your own voice is like your soul's signature in the physical.
Right.
And your own voice is your connection to the divine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And even just you don't have to, everybody's like, oh, but I don't know all those mantras and all those vowel sounds, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to make all those sounds. Just make organic sounds. Just so everybody humming. Everybody hums. Or just, yeah, just the freedom of allowing yourself to make silly sounds even can release a lot of tension. And laughing at yourself is so healthy.
Yeah.
Just making silly sounds. So that's what I do in my program, Crystalline Voice. I help people get more comfortable with the organic nature of their voice to be able to help them process a lot of feelings that are not helpful for them anymore, that are not in their highest good.
Yeah.
So that you can get it up. How often should someone take the therapy sessions with you?
I like to say, initially probably once a week, maybe, for a month, and then probably once a month thereafter. And people will generally find that they know when they need the session.
Yes.
It's like, because it's almost like, because as I said, you're building up, you're taking on a lot of energy, and that is not yours sometimes. So you can feel it when you need to be clarified.
Yeah. And I really like how you explain the spiritual enlightenment,
Mm-hmm.
because it takes us to a totally different frequency.
Yes.
And when we go on that frequency, as you rightfully said, there is so much things could happen. We could see so much things. It's so much things open to us, and a lot of times people, a lot of awareness, awaken happen there, and things become crystal clear for us.
Yes, crystal clear. I was just going to say the word clarity.
Yeah.
Clarity even about just things that happened decades ago. I'll see people will say, because you have those, that you're in that resting brain state, the heart brain coherence. So your brain is functioning going back to decades ago, and you had that fight with your mom that still bothers you, right? And people will say, I thought about that. I haven't thought about that in 20 years, but they'll think about it, it'll process, and then poof, it'll disappear. So they become clear about, oh, that was too long. Let's let that go. It's like a releasing. Oh, I see a Facebook person said, yes, I use the crystal bowls or the Tibetan bowls. Yes, I do. I use, as you can see them, whoops, behind me, wrong way to go here. Here are some of the bowls that I use. I just brought a few of those down. So I use that. I use a monochord, which is a beautiful stringed instrument. I have a gong. I have chimes, just all sorts of different layers and of sound that help to, everybody's different. Everybody likes one or the other more, right? And it will help them, affect them on a different level.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That is
It
absolutely
is.
amazing. Do the singing bowls require any maintenance?
Just to keep them clean. Some people say that you should charge them once in a while out in the sunlight. So that's what I do with the crystals, especially the quartz crystal. I
Okay.
like to I put them outside, once in a while, not too often because it's a big job because I have a lot of them. But I think the bowls, maybe the brass, if you want to polish the brass, I do that too. So not too much. I think just the biggest thing I can do for my bowls is treat them as sentient beings instead of just something to hit, a gong or something, or, to hit to hit a piece of material like metal, just to not consider them healing partners. I think that that's what I would suggest for people, to treat them like they are your partners,
Right.
in healing, because everything has a certain aliveness, right? A certain intelligence, a certain sentience. And because it's all vibration and molecules, it's all vibration.
Yeah. That's
And
how.
I'm not sure what theremin is, so I can't answer that question. I'm sorry. Do you know what that is, either
No,
of you?
the person
No.
I'm saying that. No, no, no,
No.
But
no.
now, as we're talking about the bowls, is it possible that you can give us a demonstration what the sound is like so we can listen?
Sure, I can do a little bit. I'm not at my usual spot, but I certainly can. I will be happy to do that for you.
Yeah, give us a treat.
Okay, and as you're sitting in your chairs, I invite you now to just Feel your bodies. Feel your body, the weight of your body in the chair. And start taking a little deeper expression of your breath. Feel the breath moving deeper into your body, opening up your chest, your belly, your back. Take a nice deep breath and let it out on a big sigh. And let that voice release any tension that you have. Start to take a little deeper breath now. Bring your attention back into your body. And maybe release the breath on that sigh again. And the silence is also, the silence afterwards is also part of the session, the experience. Just sit for a little bit and breathe. Sometimes it's nice to just breathe into your heart space. Feel the expansion there. Feel the opening. The connection with the earth, with your divine essence. And know you are always infinitely supported and guided and loved. Thank you. Thank you for letting me share that.
Thank you. That was very powerful. Wow.
Yeah, oh my goodness, it's absolutely amazing.
It is amazing,
It's
Mhm.
amazing when we could drop into our bodies.
right? Yes, that it gets you into, that's what, right, profoundly relaxed and into your body,
Yes.
more aware somehow, right? More alive. I thought Tommy I saw his comment. Very good, Tommy, because this is, you said you felt that right in your solar plexus. This is a solar plexus bowl. Right.
Wow.
Wow.
Cool. He felt it. Yeah.
Wow.
Solar.
Wow.
And I don't ascribe to like one frequency for one chakra and all that. I'm not even sure what I know chakras are energy centers, but outside of that, I'm not really, I personally don't have that awareness, but I feel like we are much more complex. We are made of so many subtle frequencies that it's hard to say one's for one, how they say it, to do one thing, one frequency for one, to do one thing, I think is kind of simplistic, but that's, again, my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
It's how it makes you feel as an individual.
Right.
That's what we talked about, bio individuality.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is bio individuality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we are creating our reality, right? We all are.
True.
So
Right.
I can't get my head around that concept.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we are raising ourselves to that spiritual enlightenment. So once we go there, each person would experience a different feeling.
Of course. Depends on where they're at in life.
Yeah. They
Their
would
journey.
experience a different feeling.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can someone who is pregnant or someone who maybe have some sort of metal in their body, can they do sound healing?
I personally don't recommend, I at least the certificate where I got my licensure and certification, they recommend, the vibrational sound therapy recommends that you do not take sound therapy in the first trimester. However, there have been several, I was on a thread once on Facebook for sound therapists, and several of them came on who were sound therapists and did it through the whole time of their pregnancy. No problem. Because we use ultrasound on the baby, don't we, in the first trimester? And ultrasound is far more invasive than sound therapy, at least not put the bowls on the body, but maybe ambient sound.
Right.
So I really leave it up to people. I say for them to ask their OBGYNs. As far as metal on the body, actually sound therapy, especially the vibrational sound therapy, the bowls on the body can actually increase blood flow. So it actually increases the blood flow around that implant. Heart pacemakers, no, I would say no. Or people with seizure conditions, no, because the sound can trigger that. But for people with, say, PTSD, it's very indicated for people with PTSD. Also, they are finding autism. There was a gal there. She's a scientist, actually, Doreen Davis. She founded the Davis model of sound intervention. Fascinating work. I went there several years ago to an open house, and I was like, how can I work here? I'll file papers, I'll answer phones, I'll do, because I was so excited. But she's working with primarily special needs children to kind of use sound to connect the missing pieces, as it were, in their body. You know, and it was very effective. She's since retired. But there's a lot more research now going on between, how sound can affect the brain, even with Alzheimer's patients. These crystal bowls, to me, this is my, people say, do you work with tuning forks? And I'll say, in a way, because this is my tuning fork. What I'll do is because it's the handle, I'll put it right on the person's body on different spots, right? Or playing it around the head sometimes. As again, for people who they're saying for people with the Alzheimer's that the tuning forks are very effective. It wakes the brain up. So there's a lot of there's so many different applications, and I feel that sound therapy in general could be such a fabulous companion modality for so many other wellness modalities, like even chiropractic, acupuncture, massage. So I think a lot more people, a lot of those people, practitioners in those disciplines are starting to come to the table and saying, oh, this might be good to, bring this into my practice.
So they're more open now to it because
Yes.
it really helps. And I know there is some way along the line you also mentioned about the sensitive sound, because the hearing, it's a sensor that comes in first. And as you mentioned, it's the last to leave at that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, your ear is right, first to develop, last to leave.
Yes.
And, so many people, if given the option, lose your sight or your hearing, they'll say, I'll lose my hearing to have my sight. But the levels and the layers of experience that you get through sound far outweigh what you get visually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Because it takes you to a place, if you want to say bliss, just by going inside your body and quieting your mind mentally, physically,
Yes.
emotionally.
Or just listening. What I found too is that it's helped me, to focus more, just to be quiet. But also, what it's helped me with is trusting my own inner guidance, my own intuition. And I think so many times, especially now, I notice people are looking outward, seemingly. They always have, but even more so now. People are looking outside of themselves even more to, how tarot readers and psychics are very popular now. Oh, tell me, what do I do? How do I do this? Where do I put my money? Right? And it's great. It's great because that's one level, that's one layer where people are starting to believe in the real magic of life, right? And what we are. But now it's like it's time to start coming back here.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, that's what sound can do. It can help you focus in to your own inner listening. And listening is a huge component of this, a deeper, more conscious listening to the voice inside, the voice within.
That's absolutely true to what you're
So
saying there.
true.
Because even self that we go to a psychic or a medium, right? Whatever label, whatever they say to us, we have to do the work. We have to believe in ourselves and we have to do the work for ourselves. They cannot do the work for us, you know. And many times people would ask certain questions also, right? But are you ready? Are you prepared? You got to prepare yourself for things that you're looking for. You can't ask for something and you're not prepared for it. So that is what when you rightfully said, we gotta go within ourselves, and it starts with us. That is what myself and Joan tell people all the time. It starts with us.
Yes.
We gotta start focusing within ourselves. We have all the answers. We are intelligent beings. And once we could pay attention to ourselves, we get the answers that we're looking for.
Yes, beautifully said. Absolutely, Karen.
Mhm.
We are our own savior.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right?
Mhm.
We're looking for something to happen. I hear on YouTube all these YouTubers, the psychic or the spiritual YouTubers are saying that some big thing's going to happen, and we're going to have a light or some big something. It's like, here's the light. And that's, again, my opinion.
Right.
The light
Mhm.
within. We
Yeah.
are our own expansion, our own divine, what's the word they all say, not the expansion, the, what's the word everybody uses, that some big, well, it's just happening, that brain thing,
Yes.
It's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
But
Right.
the awakening, that
Mhm.
but the awakening is from within. It's not something without. um
Yeah. It's living from the inside out.
right, but that's our human experience, is that we
Mhm.
are at the effect of, right, of everything. We're reacting instead of acting. We're
Right.
reacting to things that are affecting us, and especially now with these wonderful things. Oh my
Right.
God.
Right. Right.
Frequency, bad frequencies and EMFs, and but the right, always reacting. I'm trying to make a pact with myself to not go online first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start seeing those emails and you're like, oh, I got to respond to this, I got to
Mhm.
respond to that. So what I do is I go outside with my coffee and I ground. If you're familiar with earthing, grounding
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
the earth.
Beautiful.
The
We
first
believe that. Mm-hmm.
that just sets your day up. And tone. I tone a little bit. I have a very big backyard, so my neighbors really can't see me. That's a good thing.
Right. Right.
So I go out and I do a little bit of maybe qigong type of movement, a little bit of tapping, a little bit of sounding while I'm standing on the earth.
Wow. That's absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we find that personal self-care time, that's the key, that's the energy that we need to really kickstart our day.
Yes. And it's simple, right?
It's
It is
free.
It's free.
very simple.
But just hitting different points,
Right.
body, just slapping yourself, in different places and making different movements and jump and shaking. Shaking's a wonderful way to release stress.
Right.
Just get your body going, and then make some silly sounds.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And laugh at yourself, because it's like, we want to bring in that childlike energy that,
Mhm,
because we're
mhm.
all walking around. You go to a supermarket or a mall, what do you see? People are walking around, no, the faces,
No smile.
no,
Mhm.
the
Mm-hmm.
aliveness. Where's the joy? Where's the aliveness? I do it too. We've lost that feeling of wonder and awe and magic. We are magical beings. This is a magical universe,
Yeah.
and it's not real magic. There's a book by Dean Radin called Real Magic. He's I think he worked at the Institute of Noetic Sciences. He was in the movie What the Bleep Do We Know? That's a wonderful movie. If have you ever seen that? What the Bleep Do We Know?
No, I never saw that one.
No.
Look at it.
Watch it. It's like an iconic movie. It was
Yeah.
I think it's 20 years old at this point. Quantum physics explained in the best way possible. The best way possible. So you got. I'll send you I'll send
Yes.
you a link to it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, this
Wow,
was such an amazing morning.
very amazing.
What a better way to really go into the weekend, you know, by just helping us to understand the importance of sound therapy and what we could understand when we do it with ourselves. And as you rightfully said, it's just making a song with our voice, you know. Sometimes you're in the kitchen, you go to probably prepare a meal. Just get your pan and your pot spoon and just make sounds, you know.
Yeah.
And
Just
hum or
make
sing while you're doing
And
it.
you know just make the songs and you could just dance to whatever song that
mm-hmm,
you're making and just release that energy that
mm-hmm,
you're probably stressed out about something, you know. We could find ways that we could just do things for ourselves and release that tension that we may be carrying around for such a long time.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Beautiful, Tommy, what he said. The resting misery face. I love exactly.
Yes.
Yes, you can see it on people's faces, their inner, right, the love.
yeah, exactly.
Right? Yes, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and right, and that's just from, coming from gratitude. Just, oh my God,
Yeah,
gratitude. I'm learning the power of gratitude. Oof, boy, you
Yep.
know, because we all, the complaining, right? We all just sort of, it's like, it's hard here. It's hard being in
yeah,
this body.
yeah, yeah.
When you get older, things hurt, and that sort of, so yeah, but just to be, that gratitude shifts that, it shifts your focus and it
It
shifts
does.
your vibration, right? It raises your vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it
like
does.
pots and pans thing. I love that.
Yeah, of course. Because sometimes one might say to themselves, you know what, I can't afford to go to a sound therapy.
Right.
Get your pots, get your pans in the kitchen, and just
Mm-hmm.
start making your songs.
Yeah, or drum on something, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. You shift your vibration right there.
Drum
Whatever
on
works.
yourself. Ah,
We gotta find ways to win.
Of course.
We cannot allow what's happening in the world to really
Mm-hmm.
get us down and put us into this depressed state of mind that we can make ourselves happy. We can find ways that we could do things to make ourselves happy, and
oh,
we need to start to do that.
yes.
Yes.
Listen to music. Um, Grab your doggy and go out for a walk.
Yeah, yeah,
Right? Just and yeah, they're simple. These are not complicated things. They are very, very simple.
yes, they
Yes.
are.
They
Something
are.
that you can shift the way you feel about yourself and your life.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Ruth, thank you so much for taking the time this morning to sit with us and to really bringing this ancient practice and helping us to understand how vital it is for our lives.
It was my honor and my pleasure to be here both with you, Karen and Joan. Really, what a wonderful conversation. You really kick-started my weekend. Thank you so
Thank you. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
And we just want to thank all the viewers for taking the time and joining us today and helping this show to be a success, because when we started the show with you in mind. We started the show for all you viewers.
much.
So every week we could bring someone on that could help you to understand the depth about life and things that you could do to help yourself. So thank you so much for being a part of this. Joan?
Yeah, wow. The time went by so quickly.
Yes.
And Ruth, we just want to thank you because you're special. We just want to give you your flowers today because you bring something
Yes.
that we all can take away and use it in our lives and understand sound and how the importance, and we can be silly with ourselves. It's okay, because when we carry around all the stress, it really alters our personality, alter who we are. So this is a nice way how we can set the tone to conclude 2022 and move into 23 to understand that we can help ourselves. We can go inwards and look at ourselves and live the best, be the best for ourselves and our family and in our environment, and helping us to realize that the ancient practice that was used years ago, that method is still applied today, that can relax us and reset our nervous system. So we just want to thank you, and we just want to thank all the viewers as well that coming and joining us. There is always something, some good nuggets or tools that you can put in your collection that you can take out and use on a daily basis, whatever you might be going through at that point in time. So we just want to thank you as well.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. And don't forget to do your journaling.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to look around in your house and see the things that you're not using. Someone else could use it. You could donate it to a charity. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.